Hello everyone, my name is Stephen Lighthouse James. This video I want to talk about basically how to create your own reality, but basically I want how we are creating our reality now. We all are creators of our own reality, and most of us are unaware of that. But we are the creators of our reality, and we're doing it now. However, we're unaware of it. So I just want to bring your awareness to how we are creating our own reality. Most people don't believe we are, or believe that we have that power. I also want to talk about how we got that power. Well, the reason we got the power because of who we be, just who we are. Most of us have these labels that we were given in life, and they were diminishing of our truth, and our truth, as most already know, is good and perfect. It's also is written at biblically, but also just from our own basic knowledge today that everything is energy, and energy is and the energy that we are is pure, 100% pure positive energy. You see, and this is source energy, the source of all energy, because it was just one and it was pure positive. And so we are extensions of this 100% pure positive energy. And that is our truth, to be 100% pure positive energy. So what that means equates to, in a manifest form, is just basically us in the body in a state of peace or a state of joy. These are perfect peace and perfect joy are extensions of perfection, or the source, the one that is perfect, all there is before there were labels. And so that's where we are and who we are. We're very powerful. But and now it depends. So here's the thing: is we are powerful, creative beings. Again, we are extensions of God. We are made, and then we already know this too. We are made in the image of God, or in the God likeness. Or so we know this as well through, again, text and biblical text, and basically it's pretty much a truth that we all believe in, and it is accurate. We are one with God. There is no separation. We are extensions of source energy. So we say, if I am this, powerful, then why is my life the way it is? And I'm going to tell you why. Because often what we do is we cut ourselves off from um, this 100% pure positive energy. How we do it? We look to the bad. We look to the bad, because if everything is 100% pure positive energy, there's only one stream, one flow of energy, one stream, one flow, one stream, and it is positive, and that's what it's doing. And all life is doing is adding. It's already complete. Everything is God, so it's already complete. So what basically this is God in the experience of just adding joy. And while it's adding joy, it's also learning itself. What do you mean learning itself, Steve? That's the reason why we have good and bad. We have fear, why we have good and bad. However, the truth of all truth is, before there was good and bad, there was just good. The reason there is bad is because good, or all there is, was all there is. And it was, stillness, it was silence, it was darkness, and it was just all there is. So there was nothing else but all there is. So all there is was love, and all there is said, well, I am love, but what does that mean? We're like, okay, I get it, I'm love, but what does that mean? How does that quantify? What is love? And so that's what this experience it came from. It came from a desire for God to know it, so all there is to know itself, to know how beautiful, how brilliant, how magnificent, how omnipotent, how wonderful, how glorious it was. And it's because there was nothing, no one else there to say, "Oh, you omnipotent, beautiful," all these wonderful things that it is, and there was nothing to give it that appreciation or to acknowledge it, to acknowledge it. Um, and that's all we all want on any given day, just to be acknowledged, and to be acknowledged with love, mostly, preferably. But some of us just want to be acknowledged. That's why some people have temper tantrums, or just, we say, well, that person's being, want to be seen or whatever. It's all, or act out. We see a kid act out. As long as that kid is getting attention or acknowledgement, that's what's soothing it. That's what's even inspiring or motivating it to act out. It's all about love, y'all, and it's all about, and part of love is acknowledging, being acknowledged. So with that said, so that's what's going on. And so we were, and um, so in order for the all there is to have the experience, to know itself, what it did is had to, in order for God or love to know what it was, they had to also to really define or quantify what it was. They had to experience itself, the absence of love. So that's what's going on right now. So there is love, and then there's the absence of love, and it is in the absence of love that we understand what love is because we miss it, we yearn it, we know the goodness of it now because of the bad, because of the fear. So today, me personally, I don't see the bad as a bad or contrast as a bad thing. I see it's just it enhances my appreciation for love more and more and more and more. And so with that said, so that's the experience that we're having in any given moment. We are choosing to be either with love or in the absence of love. And in the absence of love, we feel bad. But this is basically what it is. We have 100% pure positive energy. And again, at any given moment, we're choosing. And because we have the power of free will, so we have the power to choose. We have the power to choose. So that's what's going on right now. So when we and what I found is what we have done, we have established all these different labels, and there's a lot of labels, a lot of labels that lead to the bad. For instance, the economy is constantly bad. What I'm saying is, man has his own labels, and then God or truth has his own labels. Truth reality is everything is good and perfect right here, right now, because everything again is a reflection of all there is. There was all there is. There was nothing else. So what could if it had to create something, it could only create it from itself because there was nothing else for it to draw. You see, inspiration from. So it can only draw inspiration for itself. So that's why we got lucky. He didn't make it. He made us an image of all what he was at that, and there was nothing else. So again, we are very powerful, powerful beings. We are creators and we are lovers. And when we love on something, that's how we create something. When we don't love on something, that's how we experience the feelings that we feel, those bad feelings. And that's all bad feelings are. Is when you feel a bad feeling, it's not a punishment. It's a sign that you now are looking away from the good. You now are choosing to be in the bad. And what we do when we look at actually something bad, because again, truth is there is no bad, there's only good. Everything again is pure positive, perfect, and good. That's the truth. But what man has done is given us a storyline that we are all co-creating, and so we're calling this bad and this bad and that bad. And what man or evil has done is is to keep us holding on to this false reality as if it's the truth reality. So that's why many of us are suffering. That's why many of us don't know our truth. That's why many of us experience so much pain and lack that we do. And we now can say, oh, it's these external forces that's doing it. But in truth of the matter, it is just us having a lack of knowledge and not knowing that we now are choosing to co-create this lack experience by calling these things we've been told to call it. But again, and what I've learned to do is take my power back. So what I've done is I've created everything based around my truth reality, from a universal perspective versus a lower perspective. So I do everything from a higher perspective because we are all two parts. We're all physical, and then the bigger part of us is non-physical. So we're two parts, and most people think we're alone, but we're not alone. We're two parts. And so that's why I want to tell you how we create our reality. One is the first thing we do is realize that you are pure positive energy you're creating for. So when you look to the bad, you're actually creating a false reality experience. And that's why you don't feel good doing it, because you're using all of your energy to create this experience, you see. So now the experience has all the power where you have none, because you've given the experience all your power. And when you're in a state of need, now that you've given your power, what Satan does is then through that need have you do a lot of desperate things in order to feel secure again. But security only comes, believe it or not, y'all, in just a simpler choice of just looking away from the bad and looking back to the good. And you heal yourself, you restore yourself, you resurrect yourself, you empower yourself once you just make that one simple choice. Now, did you know there's only two choices to be? And so life is never about hard or any, it is what we make it. And basically how we make it again is like, do I stay in the truth reality, seeing things in my perfect peace, or my level of perfect joy, adding joy to where my satisfaction, gratitude is right here, right now, and then going forward from right here, right now, letting the past, be grateful for the past that brought me right here, right now, to understand that life is going on from right here, right now, and going into the future. And everything in the past is totally irrelevant in the eyes of the universe. The universe is just adding joy. The universe is just joy. Again, pure positive energy. So it's just joy adding joy, loving on itself and adding joy. And that's our job being a part of life is again to love on something good. And then what we do is like we're bringing to manifestation. And just because you don't see it don't mean it's there. It's like a woman, she's loving on her child for 9 months, but it's 9 months before she can actually see the manifestation, of this child. So that's the same thing, so that's basically I want to tell you about how we're creating, we're using our expanded self. So basically what happens is in the universe, when you ask for something, it's already done. What happened in the universe, because again, it's energy, it's spirit, it becomes, and that's how we're helping the universe, you see. We're helping the universe expand through our joy and also through our sorrows and our hurts, because each one gives a new asking. So that's what the universe is feeding itself off of, asking. So when we ask for something, either, for instance, if we're sick, we're now asking for well-being. So the universe is now has the reality with well-being for us, waiting for us. It has already become, well-being for us. It has already become our healing. So our job now is, which one are we going to create with? So now, basically, I'm sorry, I'm going to go back. So now it's already done. So now we're here, and we got to, the time, and life is moving on. God is evolving, it's moving. Life is moving, it's evolving, it's adding joy. It's still going on. The spirit of joy is still going on. So it's our job to be in our spirit of joy and to go on with it. And often what happens is we stay back because we got to fix these problems. And that's why a lot of people get stuck in the places, economical places, or that they've been. That's why their relationships never change or anything, because we're in a state of stuck. Satan has us in a state of stuck. Because if you tell somebody what's going on, their first thing they'll tell you is their problem. The moment you talk about their problem, you're not talking about the solution. And what you're doing, again, you're talking about something false. So you're giving that problem power over you. You're giving it energy to defeat you, to hold you down, to make you feel less than, to make you fearful, to make you feel not good, to make you feel disempowered. So we're doing it to ourselves in a sense. Again, we're a pure positive energy. So the only thing coming out of us should be pure positive energy in a sense, because we have access to everything, because we're one with everything good. So that's our job, is when you look to the good, you become one with the good. When you look to the bad, you become one with the bad. You don't feel good, you don't feel good, you have no power, because you're disconnected from your expanded self. The expanded self is always saying yes to everything, is becoming. So our job is to now catch up with our expanded self. So now we have to understand we must leave this false reality and begin to return back to a true reality, and then heading towards, the thing that we want. Universe will begin to move once we take that one step. We make the connection within us. I see something I like and I go, oh, that's be nice. I prefer to have that. See, in life, what we're doing right now, we're chasing problems when we're supposed to be chasing preferences. Because again, remember, life is based on adding. So it can add misery or it can add joy. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So you can either follow something that's going to make you miserable, which is playing with a problem. There's no joy in that. They're still trying to say I need something. There's no fun in that. So it's like leave the past behind and go to the future. So if there's a problem, believe you me, there's a solution. If this environment can give it, it has the wherewithal to give us a problem, then it also has the wherewithal to also give us a solution. Do know this. So there's a solution for everything. And the solution is to always look to the good, because that's what the solution is. So once you just look to the good and you say, I want that, and you say, for instance, I want to look for a job. At the moment you begin to open up a paper and start looking for a job, the moment you go outside, and get dressed up and go put in an application, now you're telling the universe, I'm looking for a job. But it's important that you begin to also tell the universe what job you want. Again, you can have your preferences. It's like Burger King. You can have it your way. Your expanded self will come anything in their mind is a possible reality, negative or positive. So if you have the thought, you have the desire, you basically say, okay, I'm going to choose this one. All these plethora of choices I could be a fireman, I could be a fisherman, but you just say right now I'm going to concentrate, I want to be a fireman. Because we can be anything we want. So at that moment you say, okay, that's one. So then again, you now focus on that fireman. So now you become one with the fireman. You have to then begin to carry yourself as such as a fireman, or begin the training in your mind, begin looking for it. Begin believing it. So basically, as you take the action, the universe go, okay, he's serious. He's now, or she is now focused on this experience the solution and no longer the problem. So now the universe starts moving on our behalf. So then as you start moving towards it, you expand yourself. Law of attraction starts moving towards you, you see. So as we move forward, you'll start seeing the evidence. Believe you me, you'll start seeing the evidence and things will start getting easy and it'll start flowing for you. For the first time in a long time, you'll see that life is being favorable on your behalf. And that's because you're now in alignment. You're now connected to a desire, and the desire is now connected to you. You now are aware of what you are doing. And so once we get always aware that we can always have anything from wherever we are, but you have to be in a state of good because we're like vessels, you see. So if we want good to come in, then we have to be in a good vessel for the good to come through. Often again, if we're looking at the problems going, I want to solve this problem, we're in a negative vessel. So the problem, so the solution can't come through, you see, because we're in bad. So good and bad don't go together. It's like energy attracts like energy. So we must be in a state of joy or peace. And once we're in a state of joy, joy attracts more joy. So that's all our job is basically. We stay in a state of peace and joy, in a state of knowing that only joy is coming, only good is coming. Only good is actually out there in the future. There is no future. Remember, we're creating it all, but that's all that's available out there because that's what the universe is doing. It's just adding joy. So my basic what I'm saying to everyone is, you leave the human matters alone, worldly matters alone, because we're spiritual first before we're worldly. And once you get in touch with your greater self, your bigger self, your other half, your higher self, then you begin to, it will take your lower self along for the ride, basically. And that's, and so, and that's how I navigate myself through life. Another way is navigating myself through life. Remember that everything is eternal. What you put out is what you get back. I no longer rely on the external because what I put out, I get back. So that means I can always change whatever comes up. I can always not worry about it because I can always go immediately. Okay, I'm going to fix this. I prefer this, but I'm thank you. And what the thing is, when you have a new preference, you have to be grateful for the old because it was the old that gave you that hurting or gave you that new asking. So I'm going to thank you. Like having a lover, a bad lover. It's the bad lover that makes you want a good lover, and then not only the good lover, it defines for you what a good lover is. I want nobody who cheating on me. I want nobody to have a job. I want them to be, loving themselves. You got to have all these, so then you want some qualities, and you have to remember that we're attraction, we're a reflection of ourselves. So make sure those qualities are also in you, this thing that you're asking to come through. And if it's not, then you might want to hold off on a relationship and start a relationship with yourself first. Because if we're not loving ourselves, then what are we doing? If I'm not loving myself, why should I care about the rest of the world at that particular point? And most people don't because they don't love themselves. Why? Because they don't have any reason. Their heart is closed and they're looking at problems. There's no love fest in fixing problems. There's no love fest in competition. But see, when you're creating from, again, when it's your reality and what you put out comes back, nobody can steal or take from you what is meant for you. And you can't take from them unless they allow. And unless you allow, there's nothing that can come against you, you see. So if you don't say this thing is going to be a problem, which is looking to the bad, then it can't be a problem. It's only when we say something, the problem, do we give it power over us. Up until that point, it has no problem. The problem ain't a problem until we say it's a problem. Otherwise, you just look to the good of solutions. You look to the good of where you're going next. You look to the good, how about this, of what's coming. You already know what's coming because you put it out. You already know you connected with stuff. You already know the things you've asked for. They're all coming, you see. A lot of things, we have a lot of things that we asked for when we were younger. And the universe is holding on to all of that. It's aware of all of that, you see. So once we learn how to work with the flow of the universe and go with the flow of the universe, now all those things, y'all, that you thought you lost and was past, and they come, and they can come quickly. You ever been in a bad spill where things just go bad and go bad really quick? And that's what happens because you get the law of attraction. It's like a habit forming thing because it's always adding. So again, if you're in misery, it's going to add that misery. And the more miserable you become, the faster you go down. And the same thing with this, the more grateful and joyful that you get in a habit. Because again, joy attracts more joy, so it just comes faster. The better we feel, the better it gets. And you only get good. You can only feel good by looking to the good. You see, that's where the power comes from. It's like God forces behind us. And if we look into the good, it's going to push us through. It just push you on through. But if you're looking at the bad, then boom, it stops. So it's a flow out there. It's a stream out there. And I'm trying to get everybody in it. Just kidding, because we already have everything already. We're already complete. We're just adding, y'all. We're just adding. And as we're adding, we're defining who we wish to be in this lifetime. Because we can have anything. We can just connect with it and become one with it. You can have an experience now with anything. I can be I can be an astronaut right now if I just sit here and go in my mind and imagine I don't. What I've learned with creation also is the best thing. Again, it's all about feeling good. See, vibrating on something good. So imaginations are awesome. You just, we just. Most people try to go through the course of the day to feel good, to feel satisfied, and all these other things, yada yada. But you can get more work done just sitting in silence, just sitting by yourself, just imagining these things that you would desire and love to do. And as you just focus on them and just imagine, like we used to do when we were kids, we need to return back to that. And so when we just imagine, you feel good, you see. And you don't have to worry about having these things come true that you imagine. Just do it for the sake of the joy of it. Because see, what I'm trying to remind everyone is we're the spirit of joy. And that's what will always go on. When all this come and go, we come and go, things fall down and be rebuilt. The spirit of joy is going to always remain, going to always go on. So, and even right here, right now, you have to be in the spirit of joy to go on with the spirit of joy. And that's what I'm trying to get everybody aligned to, with the spirit of joy. And you can't get aligned with the spirit of joy fighting with this person, looking at the things that you don't like, don't want. So that's what we always doing, like looking at things we don't want, don't like, and we complain about, and it's all negative energy and just cutting us off from going forward. We're stuck in the past. And that's, again, we're stuck. And I'm trying to get everybody unstuck and get into the flow of the universe. See where you want to go from wherever you are. What's next? What would I prefer from here? If not, I'm grateful right here. Let me, and be satisfied. That's supposed to be outgoing. That's the spirit of joy. It's mindset. It's one of satisfaction. And so what you're doing is you're adding to your satisfaction. So you should never go anything from a state of need. You should always be there in a state of gratitude for what you already have, and now excited about what's coming now. So my mindset, the way I look at things is I'm grateful for my past, which has gotten me right here to this present moment right now. I'm deeply satisfied with where I am right now. And now I'm looking forward to what I know is coming and where I know I'm now going to next. And I'm looking forward to having that in my experience now. And I'm already soothed and comforted by the fact that it's just coming. I'm already soothed in the fact that I am okay right here, right now, as I am. I am soothed in the fact that right now I'm not in harm's way. That I'm present and that I matter because I'm here. And I exist, so I matter because I'm here. This is not by accident that I'm here. And when by us, each and of us being here again, remember I said I'll ask you, so even in your pain, you're adding to the expansion of the universe. That makes you very, very important. So as the universe is constantly expanding off of our pain, you see, y'all, we got to realize that it was an agreement. Like, I'm going to benefit off of you. You're going to forget who you are. That's what we've done. We just forgot who we are, and we forgot the agreement. And I'm here to remind you what the agreement was. It's like, you're going to forget who you are. And if you ever need me, just ask for help. You ask and you shall receive. Because what we're doing is, remember, we have a false reality. We have a fear reality, a bad. And the thing is, God, remember, it's the universe. All there is good. It's pure positive energy. So it cannot go into the bad. So that's our role. We are the ones who sacrifice going into the bad, having this false reality that singles us away from the one. And so we all know it's scary. We all know it's powerless. We already know the things that can happen to us in those situations. So the one is all aware of that, and that's why it has offered us so much. It just said, "Ask and you shall receive." I got you, because you're not going to know. Because when we go into darkness, we lose our clarity. Everything is confusion. So you sometimes, and like I said, we've been looking at problems for long. No one is realizing that. Okay, I'm keep looking at the problem because there's no clarity there. But now that I'm telling you from a state of clarity, that when you look at a problem, you're giving it more energy, and it's not joyful, and and also too is we have internal guidance systems too that helps us. God is very loving God and very informative. And so what is his to help us out too is to let us know inside. So I always gauge my life. I don't so much look outside, but inside. And if I'm in a state of bad, then I must be looking to the bad. So then I know then I can now guide myself back towards the good, because I'm going inside to see where I stand in the big scheme of things, where I stand in my point of attraction. Am I in a state of receiving, or am I denying it, being in a state of need, in a state of looking at like problems, or a state of fight, or fight and flight? In any given moment, we're either moving to a state of thriving, which is moving forward, or we're back here in a state of fight and flight, I think I said it right, or a state of fear. But that's what's happening. So in any given moment, so that's, and also that's where dis-ease, discomfort all began. Also, it's not so much from the disease itself or the external. It's just because we ourselves We ourselves have cut ourselves off from our power, our well-being. You see, so that's why I come to. I only pray to well-being. I don't believe in sickness or anything of that nature, or lack or anything of that nature. I'm aware of 100% pure positive energy. It's not lack. It's not sickness. It's well-being. So because I believe this to be the truth. I know it is the truth. I've experienced the truth. So so that's what I'm going on today. And as a result, it has been working. I'm living well-being right now in every form of fashion, internally and externally. My relationships are great. They could going to be better, but they're all like I'm satisfied with them, and people are satisfied with me for the most part. When I go outside, I can receive nothing but love. I give nothing but love. So this what I'm passing on, it works. It works. You just gotta open. And when you look into the good, it allows you to open up your heart again. We're doing too much thinking, trying to fix problems, and when you're thinking, it's not the heart action, it's thought. We're not minds, we're hearts. So that's what's happening to a lot of people, turning cold and everything. Again, we're using our minds to navigate ourselves through life, and we tire out at night. We get angry, frustrated. Just ease sets in because we have lost contact and communication with our heart. So I'm trying to get us back to a heart and open up back our heart so we can love again, so we can receive the love. Oh, we deserve so much more than we're receiving, y'all. But we got to open up our hearts, you see, because God can't give us more than we can handle, you see. So that's why you have to say, okay, I'm ready now to allow in. And you got to talk. I mean, you got to be really honest with yourself, because that's all we've been doing all day long. All anyway, it's just not feeling. We don't feel worthy of love because, again, we had our power taken from us when we were really young, and we were given all these labels that you're not good enough, you can't, and whole nine. So we've been living in a flawed personality all our lives. And I'm saying we have to now scratch all of that, let that person go, let all that go, and start over from scratch, redefining yourself, and then setting off who you wish to be. Now that you know you get unlimited choices. Every thought comes as a possible reality. Your imagination, your mind is set to it's the universe's mind. It's a universal mind. So as it shows you, it sees what it's showing you, and vice versa. So it already knows where you want to go. Already knows. Universal heart, same thing. It already knows. You just have to tell the universe this, okay, I'm connecting with this. I'm ready to love on this. And it'll see it. And it'll know. And it'll give you the wind, again, the energy behind your back to move all these and your walk will be non-resistant. I live in a very non-resistant reality a lot of times. I go places, I get in first, leave out, like the imperfect timing. Like it's a world out there and a life out there and love out there that I wouldn't believe. And it's out there, and it's like when I first, living again, looking to the bad like everyone else, and excuse my language, when I'm mind fuck, and the devil had me, and like, in thinking of limitation and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But as I let all that go, and now I'm coming in with this new mindset and a new belief system, a truth reality. Now things are just easy, easy, and so, whew, I, I've been blessed. I'm receiving mad love right now. I can't even. I'd rather not even say how much at this particular moment. But I've been blessed. I'm blessed, and we all are. And I want everybody to receive that blessing that you are, and become the blessing that you are. Open up your heart so you can see a person that you never met before, that is beautiful, that is talented, that is full of gifts, and then you're going to receive a desire to pass on, use your gifts to just help other people. Once your heart open up, that's all you're going to want to do. So you're going to now have passion in your life. You're now going to be connected with things you love to do in your life, and it's just a wonderful transformation, y'all. And that's why I come with these videos. I'm not coming to just give you a self-help guide thing. No, this is about transformation. We have the power of God at our disposal, and it's very simple and easy. And once you apply and see, and for yourself, have your own experiences, see this magic, see this love that comes your way, you're just gonna be grateful forever, grateful. So I hope I was able to help you with this video. I'm a little spent, feel used. I feel good, y'all. God is good. I'm good. You are good. You are perfect and good. You are worthy. You are more than you know. You've just begun. Life is only going to get better, and the better you feel, and the better it gets. Start complimenting yourself. Yeah, we do a lot of things that are bad, but we do a lot of good things too. Get in the mirror and just stay focused on the good things. Don't hate on the bad things, because you're always getting better. We're always getting better. We're not done. We like, how do you, who goes to it in a cake that's halfway done and look in the oven, go, I don't like this, you're not good. It's not going, it doesn't taste good. So we can't judge just because we're not done. And plus, judging, don't judge nobody, don't judge yourself. We came to love, we're lovers, you see. We didn't came to judge. We keep thinking now we have to ask for something, but when asking, when you say, can I have this or can not have that? See, that's a judgment. Love is like, yes, you can have it. And love is like, I believe that it's like you don't hesitate. So that's why I say everything you ask for is always yes. Love is all inclusive. It's all inclusive. What we do is we exclude ourselves from the love by looking to the bad or thinking that we are bad or that somebody else is bad. And everybody's a reflection of ourselves. So don't call anybody bad. Just look for the good in them. When you look for the good in them, you'll see them from the good in you. When you look at people from the bad, when you notice somebody's bad, y'all, you're looking at them from a bad place from you, and that's the truth. So stay to the good. Because when I listen to people and I tell them and I hear them talking about other people in judgment, negative judgment, they tell me who they are, not so much what they saying about the other person. If I call you ugly, that came from my consciousness, my ugly consciousness at that moment. It didn't come from you. You didn't say, "Oh, I'm ugly, call me ugly." No. You might, if you're having that experience. However, you might be questioning within yourself. So that's what we normally do. We send people to. So people are all over a reflection of our thoughts. You see. So if ugly is up for debate and you're fighting with it with that person, that means within yourself you don't believe that you are not ugly. That's what I've learned too. I create my own reality. I say who I am. I give all my beliefs and I stand on my beliefs, my labels. Other people tried defining me before and it was inferior to who I really was. So today I am creating my own reality. I'm creating my own beliefs about Steve. And I'm creating and I'm looking to the good. I'm giving all my energy to the good. I don't look into the bad number because it's irrelevant. Everything I want is in the good. My preferences are in the good. I know what's coming is everything good. I know what's out there is everything is good. Whew, man, this is gonna be good. Let's see, Lighthouse James. Peace, y'all.